Alright, we are back. This is episode number 28. It is time to head to the Imperial City. And I suspect we're probably, maybe not quite at the halfway mark through the game, but fast approaching it.
What?
Nope, not you. I want to talk to you.
That's it. You have everything you need.
Alright, let's head to the Imperial City.
Good, good. My beautiful dragonfly will finally get a real test. Let's hope those modifications hold up.
Sheep ladders for the win. Let's go ahead and fight. We've done a lot of fighting recently, but I do enjoy it, so I don't mind. Farewell, Tian's Landing. I'm looking forward to the Imperial City. It has some of my favorite areas in the game. Whoa, excuse me. Alright, definitely want that. Right. Not sure if blowing these guys up gives me like experience points, or if it's just... Whoa, flew into that. Or if it's more just, if you blow them up, they can't hurt you anymore. Alright, that was a pretty easy one. Also, why are we flying over water? Shouldn't we be flying over, like, the Great Southern Forest? That would have been a nice touch. There she is!
Have you seen anyone matching the description? The Lotus assassins are getting impatient.
They were very vague and wouldn't answer my questions. Are they even sure of who they are looking for?
Does it matter? Death's Hand himself seeks this one. Do you need any more incentive than that? Just question everyone. This person apparently caused a lot of damage in the south.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
This one? At least it's a man, like they said. You, identify yourself.
Me? I'm innocent, I swear.
By order of the Emperor and the Lotus Assassins, state your name and purpose for being in the Imperial City.
He has some interesting headgear there. Of course, I am Aravel, a simple traveler.
We are questioning everyone who has arrived in the city recently. You bear a resemblance to someone we are looking for.
I don't know. Shaved head, stern features, monk attire. It's not enough to be sure.
It is a pretty good fit.
We could hold him anyway. It's not a good match, but the Lotus assassins would leave us be for a few days while they question him.
Is there a problem here, Captain? Well, is there?
Looks familiar.
No, Princess Leanne. We were questioning this traveler by order of the Lotus assassins.
Princess.
There is no need to pursue this questioning any further. You may go.
My apologies, Princess, but I was ordered to detain anyone even vaguely matching.
Captain, this man is here on a personal matter of mine that does not concern you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Princess Leanne.
Then unless you wish to be transferred to the wall, you will leave and continue your search. Well, we meet again. I've watched your progress. It seems I underestimated you in Tian's Landing.
Indeed.
I have no doubt that you will make as much of an impact on the Imperial City.
I guess she can't say too much with her handmaids around. I was wondering how we get out of that too, because we very clearly do match the description of the Troublemaker, since we are in fact the Troublemaker. And you can't do Jedi mind tricks in this game. But that makes sense. I think they would obviously listen to the princess. Forgive me, but I am not quite sure how to address you.
I understand. Our last meeting was under interesting circumstances. You may address me as Princess Liane, the Heavenly Lily. It is, as you can see, customary to bow in my presence.
Yeah, we'll be polite. I think my character would be. Of course. Forgive me, Princess.
Somehow I did not expect you to kowtow so quickly. Or maybe I just hoped you wouldn't. I get so tired of fawning servants.
Oh, you brought it up.
That is why I often travel without official escort, and occasionally present myself as someone less bridled by the rules of the court.
I see.
You understand why I don't go into detail here in the street, don't you? With what I have to tell you, I don't want to lose that option of disguise.
Of course, Princess. Shall we talk elsewhere?
That would be best. I trust the servants I keep, but this is best discussed away from the open street.
Yeah, that guy in the back
I
looks
will not
suspicious.
speak the location aloud. Take this note. We will meet nearby, but I must have a moment to acquire more fitting attire.
I don't know. I think her current attire fits pretty well. Of course, Princess. At your convenience.
Very well. We will continue speaking later. I'm sure we both have questions that need answering. Don't be too long. My message concerns your master, and time is very important.
Well, that is why I'm here. And we have a lead.
It would not have been proper for her to award it to you herself, but Princess Sun Lian requests that you accept this gift. She looks forward to your next meeting.
Well, you'll have to thank her for me. Wonder what I got. A gem, perhaps? Imperial favor. Alright, a little bit of an autosave. Chapter 3. Wherein the Imperial City is revealed, Silk Fox reveals her station, and the Lotus Assassins are infiltrated. The marvelous dragonfly bears you away from Tian's Landing, toward the Imperial City. The fall of Gao the Greater and Assassin Lim will have far-reaching consequences, and your enemy will not let your actions go unanswered. Terrible forces gather ahead, and as you draw close, they will leave their mark as surely as you have left yours. Oh, very exciting. Alright, let's check our updated quest log. Silk Fox is in fact Princess Sun Lian, the Heavenly Lily, the daughter of Emperor Sun Hai and heir to the throne of the Jade Empire. That would make her Master Li's niece then. She seems to have developed a personal interest in you, though she is clearly adept at manipulating others to further her own goals. It may be a challenge to get along with such a strong-willed individual. Well, I don't know about that. I think we can become good allies. So here's a map of just one area of the Imperial City. I think there's like 3 or 4, at least. Depending on how you really include areas. Like the arena is its own area. There's the Black Leopard School, and that, if you remember the guy from Chapter 1, who was telling us about his school in the Imperial City with the 2 masters, this is the school he was referring to. I forget about the questline here, but I think there's some cool stuff to do. The arena is obviously a lot of fun. A lot of Bioware games have one of those. The Golden Way, I think, is like the garden area, so I think that's all the areas in the city. Oh, there's also an Acropolis. But I think you have to get there from the Golden Way. We shall see. This is our camp. There's a captain over there, the Imperial Gates, the Merchant Square. Lots to do and see. So I'm going to check out this gem, and then we'll get started. Very nice. Gives me 1 more intuition and +3 spirit. So I do like spirit. We could get rid of this one. This is mind, spirit, and intuition. I like this one, though. Alright, let's get rid of the soft petal, since we don't use charm that much. And we will add Imperial favor. Very nice. I'm actually really happy with our collection of gems at the moment. I think they're pretty good for this point in the game. Alright. There's all of our followers have stuff to talk about. I'm pretty sure that arrow thing was not there in the original Xbox game. Must be new. Bye.
What a wondrous flyer you have. You don't see any of that design about the city. Since they became more common among the nobles, flyers have been fascinating to me. Allow me to officially welcome you to the Imperial City. I am Bai, the Outcrier, and I am here to direct you around our illustrious capital if you have any questions at all.
Thank you, Bai. It's very kind of you.
It would be an honor to say that I aided someone who was greeted by Princess Sun Lian herself.
Yeah, don't spread that too much. Tell me more about the layout of the city.
There are several districts within easy walking distance. This area is the market district, and it is filled with all sorts of merchants and traffic. If you cross the waterway and turn left, you will soon come to the Gate of the Golden Way, a rich and luxurious place. The Golden Way is connected to both the Scholar's Garden at its far end and the necropolis, though no one would venture into those burial grounds without good reason.
Tell me more about this immediate area.
Just over there is the Imperial Arena, where you can test your skills in the finest competition in the land, or grab a drink at the heart of the Empire Tavern within. Out by the waterway you can find the city gates and all manner of merchants hawking their wares. There's also a path off the market district that leads up to the Black Leopard School, home to an ancient order that studies the ways of combat.
Let's hear some more about the places off the Golden Way.
The Scholar's Garden is a wonder to behold. It is decorated with rocks taken from the Valley of Sprightly Stones. The finest minds in the Empire congregate in the garden.
Others too?
If you have a taste for history, the necropolis is accessible from the Golden Way as well. A city of the dead, the necropolis is filled with tombs of rich and poor alike.
Sounds fun. Might head there if we ever get tired of running around and talking to people and need a break for some combat. And what of the Lotus Assassins? Where would I find them?
If you were wise, you would not look for the Lotus Assassins. They keep their secrets close, and even spreading rumors can catch their attention.
Kind of surprised that they're not like if I had a secretive order and I was the Emperor, I would make them all wear masks, and that way they would all kind of have an alter ego, or could walk around pretending to be a normal person, and that would really increase their abilities as spies. Because right now, I would assume you would recognize a Lotus Assassin. I guess you wouldn't know all of them by face, but it's not unthinkable that somebody might recognize them if, say, like this guy was one. Whereas if they all wore masks, you would never know. Let's go with intuition. I brought this up. I'm the one taking the risk here.
I'm a fool for even starting this conversation, but I will give you some guidance.
Hope he doesn't suffer for it.
There are rumors of a secret entrance into a fortress the Lotus Assassins call their own. The entrance may be in the necropolis, which is off the Golden Way. If you're smart, you'll go no closer to that place than this question.
So I didn't realize we learned about that, or could learn about that so soon. But we might have to go there if we want to find out more about our enemies. That's all I wanted to know about the city.
Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Do you know of anything happening in the city?
There's almost always something happening in the city.
That's why it's a city.
There's Captain Sen, of course, standing guard at the gates out of the city. Word has it the captain has some bounties.
Oh yeah.
Rich rewards for those who can track down some wanted criminals.
Anything else?
You must know about the Imperial Arena. Kui, the promoter, is always looking for skilled fighters to participate in his matches. It's this huge building right here.
What else?
There's word from the Scholar's Garden that some strange outlander has taken up residence there, causing quite the ruckus, as barbarians typically do.
Yeah, can't forget that one. Is that all?
There's a rumor floating around that the Black Leopard School has been having some difficulties recently, feuding masters, that sort of thing. The Black Leopard School lies across the waterway and up the grassy path, if you're curious.
Any other word?
Word has it there's going to be a new play happening sometime soon in the Golden Way district, over at the large pagoda on the left side of the road. It might not be ready to start yet, but it's certainly worth keeping an eye out for.
Will do. Any other news?
That's all I can think of.
Would you be able to help me look for somebody? I assume I'm talking about Master Li?
I know many people in the city, but it is impossible to know everyone. Who do you seek?
Yeah, I'm not really sure I should reveal this. This guy could easily turn around and say, oh yes, I met a man looking for a Master Li. How would I speak with Death's Hand?
Speak with... Are you mad? No one simply speaks with Death's Hand. He is the commander of the Imperial Army and the Emperor's most trusted servant. No, you do not speak with Death's Hand, and even presuming that you are worthy of that honor is considered treason.
Good to know.
I know you're new to the Imperial City, but the Lotus Assassins are everywhere. They do not tolerate treason or sedition, and casual questions can be viewed as such.
Well, I will be back if I have other questions.
A pleasure to be of service. Enjoy your stay here.
I think I shall. Oh, got XP for that. It's kind of surprising. Alright, well, let's talk to these guys, see what our crew thinks. What happened to our flyer? I guess it took off again. Flying about. That's cool. I don't know if I ever noticed that before. A flying pirate ship. I think if it wasn't tethered, it might even float away. That's really cool. There's another one up there, too. Alright, let's start with Sky.
Always happy to help. What do you need?
What's on your mind?
I haven't been to the Imperial City in a while. I traveled here some time ago in my hunt for Gao. In fact, this is where the hunt began. I've come full circle, and I think it's time to let go of the past and look forward. We have exciting things ahead of us.
There's no shame in dwelling on the past.
There's no point in living in the past either.
True enough.
In my heart, I know my daughter rests as easily as any spirit now. Whatever happens, I have that. And if we succeed, I know she finds peace.
Yeah, I guess she can't really rest until we complete our mission.
If I could go back, I don't know if I would. I'm a different man now, and while I treasure the past, I look forward to the future with the same warmth.
So our short-term goal is finding Master Li, but our long-term goal is finding out the root cause of the ghost issue and solving it, and hopefully Master Li will be able to offer us some guidance in our quest. You realize you may not have a future if you follow me.
Bah, we'll find a way through any troubles. We're too resourceful to roll over and die. I'm excited to be back in the city. It feels like we're one step closer to our goal, but you know that better than anyone. You brought us to this point after all. Who else could have gathered this crew or found such a quick way out of Tien's Landing?
I don't know if it was quick. We spent like 10 episodes there, at least. Probably more than that. But, I guess game-wise it was only a few days. Don't discount yourself or the others.
How do you manage that kind of humility? Some sort of special training?
Yeah. You can't be perfect unless you're humble about it. It's kind of anti-humble calling yourself perfect. Let's joke with him. Oh yes, years of intense meditation are required before you can say something nice.
It's good to see you still have a sense of humor. Some people mistake dry and boring for humble, and that's simply no fun. Given what we face, we need all the laughter we can get. Regardless, we have an empire to shake up. Let's go see how much trouble we can cause.
What are your thoughts on the situation?
I don't know about you, but if a member of the Imperial family were leaving me gifts, I'd be mighty curious to learn more. Then again, the Scholar's Garden is full of more hot air than some flyers, so I can understand your reluctance to rush there.
Anything different here?
I was just thinking that we should keep at finding a way to the Imperial Palace. It's not that I don't want to talk, but I know time is of the essence, and I'd hate to hold you up. I'd be more comfortable if we made some more progress towards the palace before I use up any more of your time with my thoughts.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Alright, so yeah, meeting Silk Fox, or Princess Leon, is the next step in the main quest, but I think there's quite a lot to do in the city we want to do before we talk to her. Not everything here, but I think we'll probably work our way through the Merchant District first. Maybe do the arena, maybe hold off on that. Same with the Black Tiger School. Those are both pretty sizable side quests, I recall. But who knows, we might do them. And we'll definitely do them at some point, whether or not we talk to Silk Fox first.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you?
What do you think of our situation?
I think it's unwise to trust the Emperor's daughter. She acts without regard for her station, but she is a slave to it like we all are. What other truths might she have missed? She may have good information for you, but I suspect she has her own agenda. Be careful.
Of course she does. I do like how that's like a recurring theme here, is that everybody has their station and their place, and you're kind of upsetting that order a bit. Although I guess the Emperor upset the order of nature, which is kind of, there's like an order of humans in the Empire, and there's like a celestial order. And at least the religion here seems to be that they're one and the same, that people have a place and a station, just like spirits and demons and gods do. Interesting philosophy, though not really one I agree with.
I will answer if it suits me.
I want to talk about what Inquisitor Lim said about you.
That is an old wound. My departure from the Lotus Assassins was not gentle for either side. My immediate companions, those who were my brothers, fell by my hand.
Lim was not among them. He would have died if he was. I was labeled as the one who deserted, and I am occasionally recognized. The result is always the same. Another death, more blood spilled. Such a waste for a hatred they cannot even understand.
His voice changed there. I don't know if that was the actor just being very sullen about it, or if they like had to fill in a different actor for those lines. Probably the same guy. It must be difficult to regret the deaths of so many.
Regret? I have no regret for killing anyone who challenged me of their own will. Death is a measurable cost of your actions. Some earn it sooner than others.
Yeah, it is the same guy. Just sounded different.
Strength is the way of things, and death is the end. Or should be. Some do not respect either. They have enough of one to defy the other.
Have enough death to defy strength? I think that only works one way. So why did you leave the Assassins? Why do you hate them so much?
There is a place for the Enforcer. The man or woman who brings death to those who have earned or otherwise deserve it. I consider that to be an honest calling.
I did some harsh things while with the Lotus Assassins, but they no longer follow a path I recognize. They are a mirror of Death's hand, and he embodies corruption. You will see as you get close to him. He draws out the worst in everyone and displays it for all to see.
So, that's an interesting idea that maybe the Lotus Assassins were honorable at some point. With a name like that, I'm not sure how, but they were essentially just like the police, or like a SWAT team, I guess, killing murderers and those who would upset the order of the Empire. But under the influence of Death's hand, they've become more like a like the KGB, or a secret enforcement arm of the dynasty. I see nothing in what they do. That's kind of mean. Let's go with this one. Death's hand will fall like any other. You will see.
You have no concept of the devotion of his followers. Perhaps we will talk again when I see more of where your path will lead you. For now, you should continue your search for a means to reach the palace. Your master will be waiting.
Alright, well, at least we learned a little more about his backstory.
I will answer.
What are your feelings on the Imperial City? How powerful are the Lotus Assassins here?
They are as powerful as fear allows them to be. Not the specific information you are looking for, I'm sure, but you did ask about my feelings. If their tactics have not changed, everyone fears them as children fear the shadows, never knowing what might come.
They sound more like outlaws than an arm of the Emperor.
They are not outlaws. Their orders come from Death's hand, and he is the will of the Emperor. At least, that is how it was meant to be. Pardon my outburst. Every act of the Assassins has the approval of the Emperor. We were supposed to reflect his glory. That is why some actions should never have been ordered.
So does he think Death's hand is defying the Emperor then? Giving his own orders which are not so glorious? Are you referring to the incident that prompted your exit?
The Lotus Assassins were once the Order of the Lotus under Prince Qin, spiritual advisor to the Emperor. During and after the attack on Dirge, changes were made. As flames seared the sky, enemies of the Emperor faced a new threat, Death's Hand. He assumed command of our order, and we began silencing people. Some were killed only to serve as warnings. Others had done nothing except be near his enemies.
Alright, so that... Look at that face. That's quite a face. That's interesting, though. So they weren't always the Lotus Assassins. They were the Order of the Lotus. And that goes back to what I think Master Lee even mentioned about Prince Sun Qin being the head of the monastic order. So the Order of the Lotus was this monastic order that kept peace in the land. And then when Death's Hand took over, things went south. You were ordered to kill innocents? Why even consider it?
I am no stranger to death. That alone is not enough to disturb me. But I see only weakness in targeting innocents, peripheral to the real enemy. Weakness suggests losing the right to rule. Can you see how that shook my faith in the Empire? You seem to see why I had concerns. Perhaps you might understand. I have not said everything, and I have not yet decided if I will. But I see something in you that may set things right. We will see. For now, what else do you need?
I wonder if they react differently to you if you don't follow the open palm. Like, would he not open up if he thinks you're going the wrong way? Or would he also see the closed fist as a viable alternative means to restoring balance to the Empire? I think we already asked this, right?
I think it's unwise to try...
Yeah.
Good.
Alright, enough zoo. So, I apologize if some of you do not like episodes with a lot of talking. To be honest, I always prefer more doing to talking, but Bioware has taken so much time to flesh out these characters and make them really interesting individuals that I think it'd be a waste not to include that in the Let's Play as well. And it does make the game seem more interesting because of it.
The Imperial City. I'd always heard how impressive it was. The stories didn't do it justice.
Barely even gotten
This
here.
is all so much to absorb. I would appreciate your counsel if you have time to speak privately.
Though I guess we did see it as we flew in. Where would we be flying to? I guess back to Tian's Landing? I honestly forget if you can even go back to Tian's Landing. I guess you can. I was thinking you couldn't, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't. Just that there's nothing else to do there. Unless you wanted to, like, go to the merchant or something. I have time to speak with you now, Dawnstar. What did you wish?
I don't mean to distract you. I just wanted someone familiar around me for a moment, if only to reassure me that we are still in the Empire I thought I knew. I have long dreamed of reaching the Imperial City, but now that I have, under these circumstances, I am more overwhelmed than ever.
It's not unusual to be overwhelmed in a brand new place, especially if you've lived in a tiny little village your entire life. I'm glad you're with me, Dawnstar. We are a long way from home.
But that's what is bothering me. We can't be a long way from home because our home is gone.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I can no longer say that what I see is strange or foreign because I have lost what I would have compared it to.
You still have the memory.
I am the one out of place now.
Then my home will be where you are, and you can say the same of me. Aww.
I would like that. To know you will be there no matter what. I've never had that stability. At least not before joining the school.
So at least before you were 3?
As a child, I was marked by ill omens, apparently named for them. The people in Two Rivers were polite, but many did not hide the discomfort I caused them. I was watched, studied. If someone's ox died within a season of me bumping my head, it was somehow my fault, and I was treated like a pariah. How do you deal with being able to sense the spirit world when people make such absurd conclusions?
I like the first part of this, but I didn't want to tell her just to accept that. You shouldn't have to. It is not your burden to try to belong when you are not wanted.
I cannot change who I am, I know. Perhaps I just have to let all of that go. It will not be easy. But I do feel that you have given me a strength I did not have before. I very much appreciate your support. We should continue this discussion later. I have much to think about, and our work here has only just begun. The Imperial City. I never dreamed I would reach it.
Yet here we are. As the theme change notes.
All right.
What do you think about what has been happening?
We just have to keep going. That's all we can do.
I wonder if that's like her default answer if there's no other ones programmed. I want to ask you some questions about the Imperial City.
I've only been here as long as you have. I doubt I have any information you would find useful.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I'll...
Did you want to talk anymore? Your feelings are very important to me.
That is not really necessary right now, although I do enjoy the attention. We have come so far together. Thank you for that.
Alright, that's it for now.
Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it.
I do want to spend a little bit of time with Sky, since we haven't really fought with him yet. But I might switch back to Dawnstar after that. Alright, let's talk to Henpecked Ho, and then we'll call it an episode.
I can't believe my luck. I arrive home after being lost, only to find that my wife has gone off to visit relatives.
Wow, lucky you. I thought you'd be happy.
I am very happy indeed. Instead of dying upon my return home, I am free. Until she returns, of course.
So why'd you become a Bun Master if you were a Master Fighter? Didn't we go through this already?
You're beginning to sound like my wife. Where were you last night? Why were you talking to that woman? Why do you smell like a goat? Always with the questions.
Not sure I want to know the answer to that last question.
As I mentioned earlier, after becoming tournament champion for the second time, I was forced to marry my sponsor's nubile niece. She is the reason I no longer fight. My disapproving dove did not care for my drinking, or for my friends, or my fighting, or my friends fighting. She believed I should settle down, be more respectable.
Yeah, for him no drinking means no more fighting. And so you became a Bun Master.
At first I ignored her rebukes and continued fighting, but I soon learned that she was not a woman to be crossed. Prior to one fight, my duplicitous Daisy drugged my wine. I don't remember much of what happened next, which is fortunate. From what I hear, it wasn't very pretty.
Well, I guess you survived.
I spent the next several months under the tender ministrations of my doting wife. Needless to say, when I was well enough to walk again, I was more than happy to settle down. As to why I became a Bun Master, well, it's a hard, thankless job that keeps me very, very busy. Very busy.
So, I wonder if divorce is a thing in the Jade Empire. I think my character mentioned it to him before, and he just said, like, oh, it's not as easy as it sounds. But, since living with her is as tough as it sounds, that might be worth the risk. So what are your thoughts on our situation?
We made it this far. How hard can it be from here? From what I've seen, you're more than capable of handling anything we're likely to encounter.
Guess that's all for now.
As you say, I will be here scrubbing your pots until you call upon me again.
Thought he had another line before. Yeah, tell me more about yourself.
Not now. Memories of my wife are difficult to bear.
Alright, so I guess that is all
As
we can
you say.
talk to him about for now. Alright, well, I know we didn't actually do much this episode, but at least we began Chapter 3, and we have learned a little bit more about the Lotus Assassins and the Imperial City. We come back, we'll talk to Whirlwind, maybe Wildflower as well, just so we have talked to everybody. And then we'll be on our way and begin exploring. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in a few minutes.